Gedi Prime, a world that epitomizes the treachery and ruthlessness of House Harkonnen. In Villeneuve's adaptation of Dune, this planet is depicted as an artificial plastic environment dominated by slavery and fascism. The brutal culture of the Harkonnens is characterized by their merciless exploitation of human life, most notably seen in the gladiatorial fights where humans are killed for sport. In this arena, the Harkonnen distractors and handlers embody an unsettling mix of fear, symbolic imagery, and eerie behavior. In this video, I will examine the lore of these arena attendants and how they were depicted in the book and in Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of Dune. In the novel, Feyd-Rautha's gladiatorial match takes place on his 17th birthday in the city of Harko, which boasts a grand triangular arena. To mark the occasion, the old baron declared a day of rest from labor across Gedi Prime, transforming the day into a public holiday. Extensive efforts were made to create an atmosphere of festivity in Harko, with banners adorning the buildings and fresh paint on the walls along Courtway, lending an air of false merriment to the city. This event was intended to both honor Feyd-Rautha and to remind the Harkonnen subjects of their future leader's impending rise to power. To ensure that the celebration unfolded without incident, security measures were rigorously enforced throughout the city. Guards were everywhere. Checkpoints were strategically placed to regulate movement between different areas within the keep, creating a network of control points that ensured only authorized individuals could pass. The servants, displaying their military discipline, moved with a precision that revealed their training. Their posture, the set of their shoulders, and their constantly vigilant eyes all hinted at their readiness and alertness. This meticulous attention to detail extended into the arena itself, where the Harkonnen handlers and distractors, also referred to as barbmen, were placed to guarantee the event proceeded flawlessly. In the book, these attendants are seen inspecting their gear to make sure their gyves are securely fastened, with these sharp, glistening prickles ready for use. They carried pairs of long shafts with barbs and hooks that were adorned with blue streamers. In Villeneuve's Dune, however, both the vibrant colors of their barbed shafts and the arena setting itself are completely stripped out in favor of a striking, monochromatic look in harmony with the effect from their black sun. In the film, the arena guards wield dual pole devices that closely resemble bull hooks, historically used to control large animals like elephants. When the last surviving Atreides captive, Lieutenant Lanville, grabs Feyd's arms, one of the attendants drives a hook from this tool into his back. This is reminiscent of picadors in traditional bullfighting who use lances to weaken the bull and gauge its strength, providing crucial information to the matador about the bull's tendencies. These tools are also similar to banderillas, which are barbed sticks placed in the bull's shoulders to weaken it further. This visual and functional parallel highlights the brutal and dehumanizing tactics employed by the Harkonnen arena guards, who similarly are shown inflicting injury and pain to weaken the gladiators, making them easier to control. Interestingly, these parallels to bullfighting find a particular resonance in the book, as the Harkonnens' long-hated rival house, the Atreides, were known for engaging in actual bullfighting. The father of Duke Leto, Paulus Atreides, was an avid bullfighter who ultimately met his end in the bull ring. Paulus's death came during a ceremonial bullfight, where he was gored by a Seleucid bull. This tragic event left a lasting mark on House Atreides, with the bull's head being preserved as a symbol of their heritage. Therefore, the similarities between the Harkonnen arena fights and how they treat their human captives as livestock reveal a twisted mirror and even mockery of the Atreides tradition of bullfighting. While the Atreides rulership was marked by respect and decency toward their subjects, the Harkonnens represent the polar opposite. Their brutal treatment of their captives and the use of such inhumane devices stands in stark contrast to the honor and valor associated with Atreides bullfighting, perverting it and turning it into a display of cruelty and domination. For most of Feyd-Rautha's fight in Villeneuve's film, these handlers can be seen standing idly at the perimeter, watching the fight as the Harkonnen heir easily dispatches the first two drugged combatants. However, as soon as the Na Baron removes his personal shield, they spring into action. The Harkonnens are well known for their treachery. It's celebrated and encouraged in their society, so as soon as there's the threat of Feyd losing a fair fight, they react quickly to ensure that he is given every advantage. In the novel, these barbmen actually spoke to Feyd when they noticed the undrugged combatant. Among these remarks, Feyd-Rautha's chief handler offered to set a barb or two in the Atreides' knife arm to try him. However, Feyd refused this, insisting that he would set his own barbs, and true to this, in the book, Feyd actually fought with and planted 2 of these barbed shafts in his opponent's flesh. However, this backfired as the slave lashed these shafts to his arms, which then served as a makeshift shield against Feyd's blades. In the film, this dialogue was removed in favor of a more visual form of storytelling, wherein these attendants communicated their apprehension through their body language. Both the design and function of these arena handlers mirror real-world historical figures. Perhaps most directly, they mirror Roman gladiatorial attendants who were largely responsible for maintaining the arena's grim spectacle. In ancient Rome, these attendants played a crucial role in ensuring the smooth functioning of the gladiatorial games. Their duties included removing the bodies of dead combatants, cleaning the arena, and preparing it for the next bout. This was vital for maintaining the gruesome entertainment's continuity and visual impact. In the novel, these handlers similarly were the ones who were assigned the job of removing the dead after Feyd's arena match. Given their focus on maintaining the spectacle, these handlers draw a direct parallel to the cold efficiency and ruthlessness of ancient Roman games. As these handlers move through the arena, they can be heard making inhuman clicking sounds. When examining their unnatural clicking communication and bizarre movements, some feel that these slave handlers could have been genetically modified. If this were the case, it would fit well within the established practices in the book by the Harkonnens, who make use of twisted, bioengineered, and manipulated creatures. In Villeneuve's Dune, we see the Harkonnens maintaining several such beings. For instance, their hybrid human spider pet in Part 1, which was seen during the Reverend Mother's visit to Giedi Prime, and the human-machine hybrids they used in Part 2 for the tracking and mapping of the northern hemisphere of Arrakis. Many have also noted that the visual design of the handlers appears to draw inspiration from the Selknam people of Chile, whose traditional costumes resemble the handlers' attire. The Selknam spirit costumes were traditionally used in male initiation ceremonies to mark the transition to adulthood. It's therefore intriguing that similar costumed figures were present during this gladiatorial event, which commemorated Feyd's assumption of greater responsibilities and his official rise to the position of Na Baron. Overall, given that the humans of the Duneverse all originated from Earth, it makes sense for such visual elements to unconsciously persist into the societies of the far future. Considering these parallels, the portrayal of the arena handlers and distractors in Villeneuve's adaptation of Dune is deeply rooted in real-world symbolism. Their treatment of the arena combatants as animals underscores the Harkonnens' complete erosion of the value of human life, reducing it to a grotesque spectacle. Ultimately, these attendants starkly reinforce the inhumanity, sadism, and cruelty that define Harkonnen society, which leaves a lasting impression of its chilling depravity. But I'm curious to know what you think of the Harkonnen arena guards in Villeneuve's Dune. Are there any elements in their design or function that stood out to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. And if you're looking for other ways to show your appreciation, you can check out my Patreon page, where members get access to exclusive content and perks. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.